Welcome please to the JVG podcast, where these G's are gonna spread their seeds of knowledge about the league. It's flourishing with these. These funny catchers seem to be well read, esteemed and honest. Like the man himself, Jeff Van Gundy. They are high IQ, so cerebral and funny. So if you're on the bus, just border on the dunny. Listen to the
JVG NBA Tribute Show.
You are listening to the Jeff Van Gundy Tribute Show. Jeff Van Gundy.
Very good.
like
Very well travelled, Marco. You been anywhere lately?
You're just going to jump straight into it, are you?
No. What are we listening
They
to?
speak a different dialect down there on the Deep 2 Podcast Network.
Yeah, what are we listening to?
The Jeff Van Gundy Tribute Show.
Oh.
Wait, on the Deep 2 Podcast Network.
And you're your host, Marco, and I'm your host, Lucas.
Yes, that's exactly right.
Marco, it's the big one. 9/11. It's Marco's Mailbag. Is this edition 3 or 4?
I think this is edition... I'm just going to turn you down a little bit. I think this is edition 3. I think this is 3. I think we did a very early on one.
Very early on.
And it was like 50% Angus asking the question.
No, I think it was 100%. He called in.
No, that was it. Wasn't that a different episode?
That was a different episode.
That was the one where he called in.
Yeah. Oh, the one where Angus called in. And then...
You see, it's really useful because we sort of put what happens in the episode, like in the episode title. Like we're on Friends.
Very good.
Yeah. And then we did one, probably this time last year, I want to say.
Was it at my place? Was it at the apartment?
No.
Ah, damn.
Maybe.
What would you define my place as?
That's so hard.
I have no idea. When people ask me what it is, I say it's above a shop.
It's apartment. It's an apartment.
You reckon?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Definitely.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're quite steadfast on it.
It's an apartment that's above a shop and below a blue hammer.
No, not that one.
Wait.
No, that's obviously an apartment. My current place.
Oh. Okay, so when you said what would you define my place as, before you said it's above a shop, see, I define it as a unit.
This one I'm in now?
Yeah.
Okay.
But before you said that, I was like, I don't know when you say my place, which place you're talking about.
Oh,
because
there you go.
You've lived in a number of places for like differing lengths of time, but like all long enough that like, not one of them stands out.
Right.
Does that make sense to
I
you?
don't mind that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I miss the hammer.
Yeah.
I'll say that.
Your mum's house, the apartment, and your place, I guess we could say
the other apartment.
Oh, fuck, yeah, there were 2 apartments, yeah.
Anyway, that's not what we're here to talk about, Marco.
Huge tangent.
Yeah. Reminds me of the terrible tragedy. We've got our third Marco's Mailbag, and by far the most amount of questions.
Is this the most?
Are you kidding me?
I feel like this isn't enough questions, but it's definitely enough questions.
I don't think we're going to finish. We might not get to a few of these.
Yeah.
And we will get to all of them. But, that's those things they say sometimes. Where do you want to start with this? Or should we talk about that bloody Yahoo, Jack Ginnivan? And when his antics are going to stop?
Yes, it is springtime after all. The time of antics from young footballers. The hay is in the air. The sun is shining for some times, and then it's raining for others.
Yes.
Wouldn't you agree?
I would agree wholeheartedly.
How have you found spring so far, Lucas?
Spring so far. It's been, I haven't had any bad experiences with hay fever yet. And maybe we should just get straight into that question.
Yeah.
Because that's one of our more... I just feel like that's a question we both might have different answers to.
Yeah, definitely.
And this is from, the gag is lost, but this is from and again, we should clarify, we went to our subreddit for all of these questions.
Yeah, we went to our subreddit. So these are all their handles.
Yeah.
u/d or whatever it is.
u/d.uns. What are your hay fever action plan as we head into spring? What is yours, Marco?
Yeah, because I think yours is going to be
by far the longest.
Yeah. Well, I did detail it to you the other day. I think this is probably the most preventative I've ever been, and that's probably only because I become more and more preventative with each year.
Yeah.
Because hay fever is getting worse, right?
Yeah.
It's getting worse year on year, or we're getting older or something like that.
Yeah.
But I feel it earlier and earlier and more acutely every single spring. So what I'm doing at the moment I wake up and I do a saline spray to flush the cavities. My doctor said you have to do that before you do any of the medicated sprays, or you're just spraying into the mucus.
Yeah.
Which is interesting.
And are you waiting, or are you going spray saline straight into?
I'd say like 30 seconds between.
Okay.
Yeah. I think it's just literally like breaking down that first wall of mucus and getting in there. And then at the moment, I'm just going straight for the steroids. I'm doing a couple spritz. I'm doing 1 to 2 spritzes of the steroids in each nostril.
Yeah.
For a moment, I was doing the antihistamine spray because my mum insisted that it was better than relying on the steroids. It's just so much better doing the steroids. So I've got the antihistamine spray just in case, I guess.
Yeah.
And then at the moment, I'm not necessarily hitting the Telfast every morning.
Okay.
But if I'm like, okay, I can feel the itch already, I'm going for the Telfast, the 180 milligram.
Beautiful.
And then at work, I have an emergency box of the tiny little Zyrtex because I bought them on the company card like 2 years ago.
Yeah, right.
Like a 300 pack or something. And it's just never run out.
What?
Yeah.
Wow, I thought they come in sheets of 10 though.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, so does T18.
Yeah.
Well,
it's a big box.
Yeah, I can only imagine. I'm pretty much right there with you every step of the way. When did you start this medication?
Only like a week ago.
See, I reckon there was about 2 weeks in July I didn't do this. But and I was like, oh my god, okay, cool. 2 weeks where there's no flowers about.
Yeah.
Let me just like let the body reset. But I want to say since maybe middle of August, I've started waking up being like, okay, I'm starting to feel the effects. And, taking it every day definitely helps keep you, I will be resilient in a week's time, having taken it for the next week. But if I were to not take it for a week, I would be waking up feeling like absolute horse shit.
Yeah.
But I'm ideally, it changes every day because I just fucking do it 300 days out of the year.
Yeah.
But ideally it's wake up, saline, coffee, then I go for the steroid spray.
Oh, yeah. Okay, cool.
And then I got to make sure you do the steroid spray before you brush your teeth.
Right.
I personally need to because it smells like shit in there. And then a T18 every single day, and that's a Telfast 180 for anyone that doesn't have hay fever issues.
Yeah. Chat, he's using slang.
It's exactly what I'm using. Now, there is also another part of this question. What's your hay fever action plan? Right? As we head to spring, that's the whole question again. But what's the plan? It's not necessarily what are we doing, it's what we're planning. You know what? I'm not going to feel bad if I take 2 T18s in a day.
Yeah, you shouldn't.
I think I need to get over that. I think that, I'm already doing the largest dosage, which is T18. And if it gets to 3 p.m. and I live across the road from fucking Edinburgh Gardens, and I'm starting...
you move there voluntarily as well.
I'm going to be there pretty much every Saturday if anyone's free. But if my eyeballs start watering, if the roof of my mouth gets itchy, I'm just going to have to pop another T18. And then also saline solution just as the day goes on.
I'm yet to hear the negative effects of taking too many antihistamines.
Yeah.
Do you know what they are?
Well, Jimmy, brother of the podcast, he was taking T18s for 3 months, and he was monitoring what was happening every day. He got up to the point where he was, I think he did another 3 month stretch where he took 1.5 every day. And he said it not only did it take care of how he was experiencing hay fever, but it was actually other symptoms he was feeling just in other parts of his life were also being addressed. It helped his digestive issues as well. Right. So I don't know. Maybe it's the super pill. Maybe this is what they were taking in Limitless.
Yeah, they were just taking T18s. You reckon?
Yeah.
That's
they just clarified them.
Yeah, by clearing your sinuses, you unlock the other 90% of your brain.
That's what's in the way. Yeah, exactly right.
I get the I feel like I get a bit of a kick from the steroids. It's not as good as a coffee. Coffee's great, but it has a similar effect. I feel clear and ready to do my day.
Are you excited to use it?
Yeah, 100.
Oh, I'm so excited to use it. We've got to say what we're using. I'm using the Nest saline solution.
Yeah.
I'm using Dymista, that's the steroid spray I'm using, and Telfast 180.
Yeah. I'm using the Nest.
Yeah.
Nasonex, Telfast.
Okay. Oh, maybe Nasonex maybe Nasonex is the brand, Dymista is the No, I think I Mister is the brand.
Yeah, I think I Miss is the brand.
Yeah, because that's the more like it's a bit more intense than Nason X. And when I went to the doctor,
I don't need that stuff.
yeah, when I went to the doctor, she was like, just go straight to that. Because she actually said you might have chronic sinusitis, so you should just do this year round anyway. And I was like, oh fuck. Well, thanks, Dr. Dillon.
Yeah.
Anyway, we hope that answers your question. And
I actually had a part 2 for this question.
Oh my god.
Let's just go full hay fever to start the pod.
Yeah.
What would you say if you didn't take any preventative measure? What symptoms do you get? Is it eyes, nose, and throat, or is it just a few of the 3?
Eyes, nose, throat. Probably tired by 2 p.m.
Yeah. The tiredness is huge for me.
Couldn't do the second half of the day. Probably eyes would be the most. The ones that impact what I'm doing, like throughout the day. Nose would be annoying, mouth would be annoying, but eyes would be like, actually, this is impact. I can't do half the shit I want to do. And then itchy ears as well.
You get itchy ears?
Yeah, I get a fucking blocked left ear just whenever, whenever it decides to.
Because I get eyes, mouth, nose, throat. That sort of deal. But I think my mum doesn't get eyes, and that's why I think she's nasal solutions only, because it's just her sinuses that she needs to take care of, because then that takes care of your throat, blah 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 blah. But if I don't take the actual antihistamine tablet, my eyes are just so itchy. I just can't not itch them as well. I'm just rubbing them constantly. I wonder how many people experience hay fever, because I feel like as I get older, it's more and more people coming out of the woodwork. Yeah, definitely. Well, I think it's getting worse. I actually think the pollen is more.
Yeah, well, it's also different pollen. You might have experienced hay fever as well in Europe last year.
Yeah.
It's a different type of hay fever.
The hay fever in Ljubljana.
My God, man.
Holy shit.
Cut down a tree one time. So yes, again, Dion Sons, hopefully that answers your question. Sonia must be nice not to take fucking all 3.
And thanks for listening, Mum.
Where do you want to go next here?
Should we go from the top here, or
I don't think
we should jump around a bit?
I think we should jump around.
Okay, cool.
Are there any that stick in your mind that you're like, we definitely have to hit that one up the top?
Well, should we do a basketball one up the top so we can kind of keep people listening?
Yeah. Great idea.
Should we go for this one from MJ-Michael-Go-Jordan?
Yeah, great.
Who is more likely to win their 5th ring with their team as is, LeBron or Curry?
Yeah, I really like this question.
Yeah.
I think it's Curry. I think that it's the Golden State Warriors and Steph Curry for reasons following. Who do you think it is?
I think it's the Golden State Warriors, but it's also both of their percentages are pretty low.
Yeah. I'm not tipping either of these teams. I think just better 1 through 6 or 7 player rotation than the Los Angeles Lakers, and probably Curry's better than LeBron, and Curry's second best player is way worse than AD actually, but Curry's second, third, fourth best players are so much more reliable and dependable than AD, and more versatile. So that would be my answer to that one.
Yeah, the LeBron and AD partnership is so it was their second best season together last season probably, which is weird, but there's just no semblance of a playoff team apart from them. And I think that the Curry also we're probably just never going to get that amount of health out of LeBron and AD with the emphasis on the AD before probably before AD retires, let's be honest.
And you got the healthy season of LeBron and AD last year, and what makes you think it's going to get better?
Yeah.
Last year is probably as good as it's going to get for those two at least, and the supporting cast are the ones that get dragged through it. But if you have theoretically LeBron at let's say 90% of his best and AD at his best, that should be 50 wins. Whichever conference you're in, that should just be 50 wins. And the fact that you fought to get to 47, I think it was last year.
Absolutely.
I don't think there's a sign that you should take from it that they will be getting better.
And then on the Warriors side of things, Draymond and Curry is still just such a reliable, anchor at either end of your team. Obviously,
from 6'3" all the way to 6'7".
Yeah, like, you know, obviously they're offensive partnership, but yeah, like Draymond is still one of the best defenders in the league. And like, I kind of hope he's just a little bit more available than he's been the last 3 seasons, you know, through...
all fault of his own.
All fault of his own, yeah, 100%. So yeah, just don't punch anyone or strangle anyone or do any of that sort of stuff.
Yeah, don't do any of that stuff, 32-year-old 100 millionaire. Probably past the point in your life you should be needing to be told that.
Fun Steph Curry fact, he's actually a Linktree partner.
Oh, yeah, he is. You gotta fucking sign up now.
Yeah, so you can find more about that in our Linktree.
Your very own Linktree. Yeah. You can see Spotify, YouTube, and OF, and click any of those 3.
Did you see OnlyFans is making a pivot to like non-adult content and just like they're just getting footballers on there to have like do behind the scenes stuff?
Oh no shit, they tried to do this a few years ago and it didn't work. Well, I think they tried to completely detach themselves from adult content.
Yes.
But now it's like integrating other content.
Okay,
that's a much better idea.
Yeah. It's like you can still look at porn if you want to, but if you want to see what Douglas Costa is doing behind the scenes after his move to Melbourne Victory, then you can also visit OnlyFans.com.
Beautiful. There you go. Let's stay with let's do a silly NBA one.
Okay.
Do you want to do the merch one or the dessert one?
Let's do the dessert one.
Okay.
Let's do that.
Wow. Oh my god. And these ones are both from Darnell Fuggins, but one of them is spelled Darnell Fuggins with 2 underscores afterwards. So that must be a popular name in our listenership.
Yeah. Shout out to the Fugginses.
Yeah. This is from Darnell Fuggins with 2 underscores after. What every NBA team would taste like if they were ice creams. Now, do you have any that are just bursting at the seams here for you?
I think a good one for me, New Orleans. This is what came to mind immediately. They would be rum and raisin.
Oh my god.
It doesn't sound that great on paper, and it's not that great in practice either.
But you still order it.
Yeah, exactly right. And it also, like, you know, pops off at Mardi Gras.
Yeah. Of course. It is a bit fruity as well. The raisin. I think this one you could probably say with me. Extra light vanilla, Boston.
Yeah.
I think that's a no-brainer there.
It's also just a classic, you know?
It's always there.
Yeah.
You might order it, you probably won't.
But if you got it, you'd be like, sure.
Okay. Yeah. I'm not mad I'm having extra light vanilla right now. Lime sorbet or maybe a lime splice, Minnesota Timberwolves.
Yeah.
Just like, that's just what they taste like. Like, I can imagine if I were to take a splice, pick it up by the stick and bite into it.
Yeah.
You could, like, I'd take it away and Cat would be looking at me.
You know what? The moment you said that, I pictured Kyle Anderson, who I know doesn't play for them anymore.
Okay.
But yeah, he gives me... I think they also had that one jersey that was kind of awful fluoro lime color.
Yeah. I was actually thinking of the Technicolor, let's call it, jersey when I thought of the lime sorbet splice. Okay. But then I was like, they do have that grey and lime jersey. Funnily enough, those colors don't go well together. Next up, I have... I initially had this team as chocolate because I thought you got to have a chocolate ice cream.
Yeah.
But then I for better or for worse, I upgraded it to a Nutella swirl from Pita Pippo.
Nice.
And I went to the San Antonio Spurs.
Oh, okay.
So what do you think about that one?
I'm into it. But I don't know if they've always been that flavor. Maybe just this iteration. Maybe they were chocolate. Maybe the David Robinson, Tim Duncan sort of tree. Maybe that's chocolate, and it's like the good old Spurs. Like they were like you will always order them. But I don't know if the Wemby one is classic chocolate.
You know what? You've actually articulated a point I tried to make. I was like, chocolate is the old ones, but Nutella swirl is the Wemby Spurs. So thank you so much for that.
That's all right, man.
And then also on the flip side, you know how some people are like, I don't like chocolate. Yes, you do.
Yeah. You're just trying too hard.
You absolutely do. Do you have any others off the cuff, off the dome?
Yeah, actually, I just had a good one. Kenny Lover soy sauce.
Oh my god.
The Brooklyn Nets. Just trying too hard. Just trying too hard to be different.
Yeah.
No, I'm happy with that. Yeah.
Do you know Fluffy Torpedo, the ice cream place?
No, I've never been there.
But you know what the deal is?
No, what's the deal?
You thought some of the Kenny Lover flavors were like, stop it.
Yeah.
Fluffy Torpedo had, one of them was like Mentos.
Yeah, right.
And then there's like others that are like fucking pop, like bullshit, like fucking, I don't know, I'm making all these ones up that I'm about to say. But they're along the lines of like fucking popcorn on a hangover or some shit like that.
I know. Yeah.
Or like Armpit and Destiny. Like that'll be another one. And it actually will taste exactly like it.
I think that's the thing about Kenny Lover is like, it's insufferable that they choose those flavors, but at least they're just like, we just made this thing taste exactly like we said it would. This is soy sauce. And you're like, yep, I'm eating soy sauce.
Fluffy Torpedo. I think it has like 60 flavors on the big board,
God.
and maybe like two of them would make the cut for Kenny Lover's like most out there flavor. But you're not going to get a chocolate or a vanilla. Or my next flavor, rainbow, from an ice cream truck. And this is the Washington Wizards, the Detroit Pistons, and the Charlotte Hornets. And I'm imagining an old guy. You're at fucking Sugarloaf Mountain with your Masso side of the family, and the ice cream truck rolls up, and the bloke is there like, what do you want? And then he's going out the back and like scooping out miscellaneous, already a little bit melted ice cream, slopping that on top of a cone, 50 cents, fucking, how are ya?
Have you, that's so accurate. Have you had a Mr. Whippy recently?
No, have you?
So bad.
When did you have it?
There was a period when they'd come down the street that we work on for some reason.
Yeah.
And I went out and got one once.
Well, that's probably why they kept coming.
Now, not only, well, I guess to start with, you know, the whippy with the dipped in chocolate and then the peanuts, it was like $7.
Oh my god.
I don't know. You can get good ice cream for $6.50.
But not delivered straight to your door.
Not delivered straight to your door, that's true. And it just tastes like cardboard, like every aspect of it. It's like the peanuts taste like cardboard, the chocolate tastes like cardboard, the ice cream tastes like cardboard. The cone, it tasted like cardboard.
Do you have an option for a cone? Is there like waffle or regular?
I think if you get the actual Mr. Whippy, you have to get the regular.
Right, okay.
Yeah, because it like whips into it or some shit. I don't know. I have no idea. I didn't stick around. Too much longer.
Yeah, okay. Do you reckon the taste has gotten worse, or do you reckon you just probably, as a kid, you're probably like epic noise, ice cream now?
Green sleeves,
Yeah.
I reckon 20% it's gotten worse, 80% the kid thing.
Okay.
Like, there has to have been... I think it's that thing where it's like, they probably have so little business these days. And also they've lost all their passion for it.
Yeah.
You know? So they're like cutting corners and they're just not putting the elbow grease in.
Yeah. I had another one, but I couldn't find the ice cream flavor itself. But I remember I used to get this, like, I think it was like vanilla with like purple swirl in it, like purple gel in it. And I just thought visually that was the Sacramento Kings.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But I can't confirm or deny what the flavor was. Okay, now I've just gotten Fluffy Torpedo's current flavors up. And just first of all, I'm just going to scroll you through how many there are.
Oh my god. Buttered baguette.
Yeah,
Mountain
Dew.
Okay.
So this is Mountain Dew and Oreo.
Oh.
Yeah. So
that's not a good combination.
Would you rather have the Mr. Fluffy fucking, what's the guy? Mr. Whippy.
Yep.
What you had from Mr. Whippy, or some of the, or marshmallow, grape aeroplane jelly, and pink salt?
Oh, it sounds disgusting.
Yeah, doesn't it just?
Yeah.
Barocca and choc chip?
I'd try that for sure, yeah. That's a chocolate and orange, you know?
It is a chocolate and orange.
Yeah.
So you'd go that one over the Mr. Whippy?
Yeah.
Sour green apple juice, iceberg lettuce sorbet.
It's just not things I want to eat in an ice cream.
Okay. Real orange juice and Mount Zero extra virgin olive oil sorbet.
I'd try that one, yeah.
You'd try that one?
Yeah.
Okay, these aren't really working to the effect I wanted them to have.
Well, two for four, that's fine, isn't it?
2 for 4 is not bad. Also, you're coming up against Mr. Whippy.
Yeah, the worst.
Yeah. Okay, well, that's the end of that question. I hope we answered your question there, Darnell Fuggins with 2 underscores. Should we pivot over over to Darnell Fuggins.
Yeah, for sure.
So I love this one for you especially. If you were to wear some Eve Missy merch, would you rather an Eve Saint Laurent shirt or an All About Eve shirt, and why? That's funny.
Such a good question, Danielle. Thank you.
I haven't read it out loud, but it's so funny.
I think like you have to pick the Yves Saint Laurent shirt. Like, it's good. It'll be a good piece of gear. But I'm interested in what the All About Eve shirt looks like, because I don't what do you picture when you hear Eve, All About Eve Missy on the shirt?
So I would imagine it is the main character from All About Eve. Eve, I would assume. And it's one of those like, oh fuck, who has one of these t-shirts? One of those like graphic t-shirts. Imagine like a Tupac t-shirt,
right?
Or like a Biggie Smalls t-shirt, and it's like that. And it's Eve Missy and Eve from All About Eve.
Right. Okay.
I'm thinking maybe white background and mainly like grayscale.
Okay.
For the colors.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking. And then Yves Saint Laurent, I think. Look, in the context of a basketball game, because I'm imagining I'm at a basketball game with this, and I'm like high profile enough where I might get put on the Jumbotron, and you know I might get clipped and put on Instagram after that. Would I rather be seen in an Eve Saint Laurent shirt or an All About Eve shirt? Personally, an All About Eve shirt, but for the uproar, I wouldn't want the fucking cringe kids to come and be like, yo, Lucas snapped on the fucking Jumbotron.
Okay.
So I think to blend in, I'd go on Yves Saint Laurent, but for me, I'd go on All About Eve.
Okay, that's interesting, because I think there's an argument to be said for both, that if you're wearing an Yves Saint Laurent, like, you know, they're gonna be like, oh, look at this hype king, you know, like he's stanced up or whatever, but you're wearing the All About Eve one, and it would be like, that's funny. Like, okay, what a funny guy. You know? Hey, he's not just good at basketball, he's got a personality as
But
well.
I'm not trying to appeal to the irony of basketball fans.
Okay.
And
you don't want it to be ironic, Yeah,
and the Jumbotron would have gone from Yves Saint Laurent to Yves Saint Laurent to Yves Saint Laurent to Yves Saint Laurent me.
Yeah.
And I just blend in.
Okay, I see what you're
saying.
Yeah.
And you?
Yeah, I'll go with the Eve Missy one. With the Yves Saint Laurent one for sure. But the All About Eve thing is so intriguing and hilarious.
Yeah. Great question, Darnell. What else we got here?
Where should we jump to? It's kind of hard jumping around.
Yeah, I really fucked us there.
Should we go to this one from on._John?
Yeah.
Is the poop deck really what I think it is?
Well, do you have an answer for this?
Yes. Next question.
And this one's from Alan Iverson, and that's spelled with a 3 for the E, a 3 for the second E, and then a 3 for the O as well. So that's Alan_Iverson.
Yeah.
And the question is, what's the best meal before dropping 40?
Can you answer
Having done this before, it was a grilled chicken burger, and it wasn't 40. But it was a grilled chicken burger from Croxton Rooster. Not that long, like... annoyingly
too close,
way too close to the start of the game. Maybe less than 2, like a smidge under 2 hours.
Yeah, that's too close.
I also had my 5-piece pasta where one of the peas is peas. About an hour 45 before. I had so much of it as well. I was like, I'm starving. I need to eat this amount.
Yep.
And then I ended up having, this is 2 different 20-point games, and I rocked up feeling awful, just truly awful. And then, I don't know, the gods took over me. So I guess carb loading right before tip-off. That's from my personal experience. I didn't feel good. I didn't go into the gym saying, I'm going to drop 20. And I was like, I might get 4. But that's from my experience. But, you know, that's just me.
I think is some good conventional wisdom about feeling shit before a sports game making you better. Yeah, like everyone's like, man, whenever you play footy hungover, you always get like 25 touches in the goal. And it's like, how?
Kayla George, triple-double after Pearl kept her up all night.
Oh, really? Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, Jordan flu game.
I was about to say, after Michael Jordan had the flu.
Oh, yeah. That was weird.
Yeah, that was weird, wasn't it?
I'm sure there are other ones. Charles Barkley, when he fucking played the game drunk because he thought he was going to get traded.
Oh, did he?
Oh, I don't know if that was a good game.
This story.
Oh, it was on Jimmy Kimmel or some shit.
Should we go here to file name .invalid?
Yeah.
Who's your favorite hacker/hacking event of all time?
Great question. I think there are 2 that stand out to me more than anything else, and they're the 2 classics. Hacker would be Julian Assange. Hacking event would be when Sony got hacked, and then the outfall of it meant I got to get Infamous for free, and then I just played Infamous for the next 6 months of my life.
Right.
So I think those are my two.
I had a good one. I just couldn't remember the specifics of it, but it was one of those ones where like some teenagers hacked a government website and made it say funny stuff.
Oh, no shitting.
So instead, I've gone for when Piers Morgan's Twitter got hacked.
Oh my God.
He tweeted so much good stuff, but the best thing was this tweet. You ginger fucker at Ed Sheeran.
That's an incredible hacking event. And where would you say, did it ever come out who the hacker was?
No, I don't think they ever found who the hacker was.
Yeah.
But yeah, we said some other, I'll read you some other good ones. There's some that I can't read, but
You gotta change the prescription of those glasses.
Fuck the Queen. Breaking news: Andrew Tate has been found shot dead in Dubai. Piers, you're a fucking skid, my boy. Let's 1v1 roll bit.
Brilliant.
Currently sucking on Top G's, aka Andrew Tate balls. And yeah, I like Andrew Tate's cock.
Nice. Good one to finish on. I wonder how long these people get hacked for.
Yeah, this one seemed to be like for an hour or two.
Okay.
And then I think the secondary thing with it is he leaked all this personal information of Twitter of celebrities that they'd like DM'd to Piers, because he's a journalist, and I am using air quotes.
Yeah.
But like that is his profession, is to like converse with famous people in a journalistic manner. So I don't know the specifics of it, but I know a lot of information got out there.
Wow, Jesus, why would you do that part of it? That's awful. I'm offside with this guy now.
Yeah.
That's horrible.
Yeah.
Were you around for when Bobby Lee got hacked? And I don't know if it's still the case on his Twitter.
No.
Well, I don't know when this happened, and I don't know if it's still happening, but someone hacked his Twitter and started selling laptops. Doing a laptop fucking scam.
Yeah.
And for months. And I think like he sold like less than 100, but like more than 50 laptops.
Oh, so but people were like not aware that he'd been hacked.
Yeah. And he kept talking about it on his pod. He was like, guys, I'm not in control of my Twitter. Stop buying laptops. And so this guy who's hacked him is just making thousands of dollars off of Bobby Lee's likeness.
And like... And like he's not actually sending the laptops out.
No. Clearly no.
That's good.
Yeah, that's a classic.
Alright. Last one, probably Hunter Biden's laptop. Just having the contents of that out there is so good, man.
Yeah.
I've seen so many great compilations of all. Like, why don't you have videos of you smoking crack by yourself in a hotel room on your laptop?
Yeah, that's crazy. Where does that go?
Yeah.
Oh my God, where does that go?
Like, are you sending that to someone? Are you just having it? Like,
gotta watch this back.
Yeah.
The one where he's in that green lit room.
Yeah,
that one.
Yeah.
That one looks. That one looks fun. Next up, we've got Fatboy99, and this is need a definitive answer for what the best order at Croxton Rooster is and reasons why. So I think I've got a canvas, but I don't have a specific order.
Yeah.
I think it's burger, dim sim, potato cake, $2 worth of chips.
Yeah.
And that's all.
Yeah. What about Parma?
Yeah, and this is another mood. See, this right here is another mood.
I think this question, it's almost insulting to me because there's so much you can do at Croxton Rooster.
You should know this, by the way, Fatboy99.
Yeah. Depending on what mood you're in.
Yeah.
If I have to go best, and let's define best as maybe like, we'll go quality of like what you get, but then we'll also go maybe value for money as well.
Yeah, VFM.
I think it has to be a burger. Probably the grilled chicken burger. I think that's... The schnitzel burger will make you feel more full, but at a cost.
Yeah.
You'll feel so much worse after it than you do.
Yeah, it's bedtime after that.
Yeah, it's bedtime.
No matter what time of the day.
And then the things you said, and then I think you just got to get a little tub of gravy. Just like one of the mini ones.
Okay.
The gravy's not that good, but like
It's actually really bad.
it really elevates the experience. I think.
It's an experience buy.
Yeah.
So I would say that I left burger as burger because depending on the mood, as we've said, as we've touched on multiple times, have you ever had the beef burger from there?
Yeah.
Or the hamburger with
burger.
lots.
Yeah.
I've maybe had it 5 times and it's filled the need every.
Yeah.
It's so good when you're in the mood for it.
Yeah.
It is so good.
Yeah.
And then the grilled chicken burger if you want to do something after dinner. The schnitzel burger if you don't.
What's the price on a GCB by itself?
Far out
Is it
by itself.
$9.50?
Oh, you're testing my knowledge. I can tell you this: burger, $2 chips, fried dim sim, potato cake. I know that it's not more than $15.50.
Yep.
So if we can work backwards, $1.50 each for the sides,
I reckon $9.50. Yeah.
and then $2 for the $2 worth of chips.
Yep.
So we go to $12.50.
Oh yeah, $10.50 I guess it could be.
$10.50. Maybe it's 10. Maybe it's 10.
Yeah.
I don't think it's $10.50.
Anyway, I actually just I think you'd be very hard pressed to get like something that'll fill you up as much for $10 as
Oh my God.
as the grilled chicken burger at Croxton Rooster.
Dare I say impossible?
Yeah.
I can't wait to listen back to that anyway. You just said. Chim Chimney. This one's from Chim Chimney. Best gaming personality of the last 2 years.
I'm pretty stumped by this one because I just don't watch gaming YouTube that much.
I don't either. I would say of the ones that I've come across, and this guy I don't think is a gamer at all, but Ludwig. Do you know of Ludwig?
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah, well, I would say him, but he's actually probably the only one there.
Yeah.
But I've been quite entertained. He doesn't really play. He's not like a gamer. He jumps around and plays different games, like fun ones, not just like critically acclaimed ones. But I would say him. But I feel like I don't have the I don't have the breadth of knowledge enough to.
Yeah. Sorry, Chim Chimney.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
But I think does speed count as a gaming personality?
Oh fuck! If he does, then it's him.
Because you can go like, all right, what's like the best like streamer, like who plays video games and you enjoy that content.
Yeah.
But he's like he's a personality.
Yeah.
And he got big because of game streaming.
Yeah, that's true.
Like that's his origins. That's everyone's origins, right? Like
Yeah.
everyone started fucking playing Minecraft
Legit.
on Twitch.tv.
That's actually insane.
Yeah.
They all started there.
Yeah.
Like, there must be such an appetite.
I started playing Minecraft like
There must be such an appetite.
20
Mr.
years
Beast.
ago. Yeah.
Before he did all those terrible things. Yeah,
Reminds me of
everyone.
that terrible tragedy.
The side men.
Yeah.
Would you believe?
So didn't answer your question, but I hope you learned something.
Next up, we have Operation Bravo, and this is how do we feel about the explicit instruction versus constructivism / student-led debate? Room for both?
I actually love this question, Operation Bravo, because I've been reading this book. I've been reading this book about China recently, and I've also been talking to my father about his experiences as a university lecturer and having a lot of Chinese international students in his class, and they're like the Chinese education system is like full instruction or instructivism or whatever the fuck it is, which I'm assuming is like I'm the teacher, I say things and then you write them down and you learn them, versus like the Australian school system, which is becoming more like it's collaborative and it's like, what do you think? Why don't you go away and think about that and do something? And it's just like impossible to teach kids in that way if they've only been like, I'm going to write stuff on the board and then you're going to take notes about it.
True. So you're about a just transition.
Well, I'm like, I think you need to have a balance for both because like, fuck, man, constructivism, I think it sounds great. I think it's great. I think it's great in theory, but I think sometimes like you just have to tell kids shit and hope that they learn it.
Look, the last part of this, room for both. Buddy, we're at school for 13 years. Yes, there is room for both. You could do a fucking whole semester on instruction or instructivism, fucking whatever the woke word you want to use, and you could still have enough time. You could do the whole second semester constructivism.
Yeah.
Approach using the constructivism card. And then you would fucking come to an overall 50-50 or anything in between that. But I would say Yeah, I don't know what the debate is.
Yes. I would say yes.
I don't know what exactly the debate is and who's saying what. I wonder what Operation Bravo thinks of all this.
Yeah, I'm sure he's got some very good opinions on it.
Yeah,
So
I would be leaning constructivism.
Yeah, me too. And like going to Fitzroy, that was always like, you know, when I did school tours at Fitzroy High in 2006 or whenever the fuck it was, and it was like, oh, you know, this place is all about student-led learning, like student self-directed learning, and like I would have been, you know me, I would have been fine wherever I went to school. I would have gotten it done, like I would have figured it out. But like, you know, it was good and it was interesting from year 7 till 10, and then like year 11 history, it's like, all right, I'm actually just gonna have to like tell you some dates and facts, and you're gonna have to write them down.
Yeah.
Like for the first time in your life.
Yeah. And
it was fine. Like it worked fine.
Yeah. No shit. Well, I hope that answers your question again. Fly the Flag 888. We've got Ich Pig Son or Sheen Daughter.
Oh, jeez.
This is honestly the best question.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go. It's Better the Devil You Know and Ich Pig Son.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Sheen Daughter.
Why?
Higher ceiling.
I think these go part and parcel, you know?
Yeah.
I feel like they go hand in hand. I feel like there's too many unknowns for me with Sheen Daughter, but I know a few Ich Pig Sons.
Yeah, right.
And I don't want to take the risk. I'm fine to, as I said, it's Better the Devil You Know.
Yeah, right. Now I'm all in. I always gotta hit the over on these ex-son or wide daughter questions. I gotta go with the wilder option.
Yeah,
what I
okay.
imagine is the wilder option anyway.
Yeah. I don't mind that.
I gotta go thought daughter. I'm not going gay son.
Very, very good. Why don't you read a few of these out?
This next one's from premierpip.hero, and the O is a 0.
Mm-hmm.
Is Donnie your biological son?
Who's this one to?
Is he Lucas?
I might have an answer that you might not be happy about with this one.
Is there a letter that you haven't been telling me about?
I am going to leave this one to you.
Yeah. No, but like, you know, I've known him so much longer than his biological parents have. So,
true.
You know, there were 3 weeks where I wasn't his dad. So like, sure, why not?
So in the same vein as the constructivism versus instructivism debate, nature versus nurture.
Yeah, exactly right.
Is there room for both?
Exactly right. You know, I do the skin to skin contact with him and stuff like that. So yeah.
Biologically, through osmosis, it would be, I reckon it'd be non-zero.
Yeah.
You know what? If you got a blood test, it'd be like, it'd say like, let's say 10 different results for 10 different things. It'd say 0% for 9 different things. And then Donnie's biological relative, it would say like insufficient amount, but not 0. Like something along the lines of that.
A non-zero value. Yeah. Hey, thanks, man.
No, it's a compliment, yes.
This next question is from desperate.housewoman. Emphasis on the desperate. Are you my baby? Yeah.
Bye bye baby, something else. Da, 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 da. Beautiful song, by the way.
That was beautiful, man.
Yeah. Doobie heat check. Should shots from behind the halfway line be worth 4 points?
Like sure, why not? Like, well, I think this question is like more interesting than it immediately lets on. Like, what do you think would change in the NBA if that was actually the case?
Oh, this is about basketball.
Yeah.
I actually think this. I need to think about this more, because to shoot 25% from the halfway line, would be equal to 50% from inside the arc.
Yeah.
And I think that it wouldn't be long before teams would want to take that risk.
Yeah.
And we'd just see a lot of heaving.
Yeah.
But I don't mind it. I really don't mind it. I think it's more of an incentive to do the end of quarter heaves.
Yeah.
But also it's a bit gimmicky. Like,
it is extremely gimmicky.
Yeah. Do we want a team that's down by 3 points or 4 points to have a chance to win the game? Like, why do we want that to be the case if there's 4 seconds to go in a game?
Yeah. And like, it's also, I guess you argue that like the 3-point line solved, like it was there to solve a problem, you know? It's like, shit, like, you know, there is no room for players to get to the basket. Like, the paint is just constantly clogged. And so, you know, if like the gradual spacing of the league over fucking like 60 years now means that like we've solved that problem where it's like, if you have a team with good shooters, like the paint is wide open all the time. Like, and that's the basketball we watch today. The 4-point line going to the halfway line, it's not going to like, there's no problem that's going to solve. Like, teams aren't worried about, you know, there being too many defenders like on the edge of the 3-point line. Like, it's not going to open up the game. It's just going to, you're right, like create like a new gimmicky, I don't know, meta or something like that. Like, it would be hilarious though.
See, I don't mind. I don't mind it. I actually don't mind it. I actually really don't mind the idea of a 4-point line.
Me neither.
Because I also think there should be a reward for being that good at shooting deep threes.
Yeah.
Because sometimes Steph will hit one and it's like, that's not 3.
Yeah.
Why is that only 3? If fucking Brandon Ingram is hitting like a nearly always toe on the line of 3 and Steph's hitting it from where he's hitting it from, there should be another point in there.
Yeah.
So I would say I'm 80% against the 4-point line and 20% for the 4-point line.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's like Steph Curry's too good for the NBA right now. Like there's no point in him being as good as he is. I mean, there is, but like there's not this insane value add that he has the ability to hit threes from that big. But do you see that stat the other day about how Caitlin Clark's average 3-point depth is further away from the basket than Steph Curry's?
Like, furthest of all time. It's further than
crazy.
The other ones that she was compared to is Steph, Trey, and Dame.
Yeah.
And maybe there was one more. Or maybe it was Clay as well, whatever. But yeah, she's 28 feet, which I don't know how much further it is than the 3-point line.
Yeah.
But so, like, I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. And that was made threes, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Like, that was like, I knew she was shooting it from like deep, but I didn't realize it was like historic.
It's crazy. I guess it's because she's hitting it from like Steph Curry 2014 range from the beginning of her career. You know?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I haven't watched heaps of, you know, 2011 to 2013 Steph Curry tape, but like, I don't think he was hitting them from quite as deep until, you know, he was empowered to do so.
Yeah,
like,
it wasn't as like, it wasn't, the team didn't always want him to shoot those threes, and then when they saw he was a fucking game breaker. It's also the Steph's 3-point record will just probably get broken.
Yeah.
Like the fact that Caitlin's shooting him from the start of her career, whoever's the next great 3-point shooter, it's just a numbers game. Like Steph, I can't remember what his attempts were early in his career, but I feel like it was like 5-ish, 4-ish, 6-ish, and then it jumped up after a few years. But
now players are coming in and shooting 11, 12, 13.
Trey Young, he might like just through sheer volume. I reckon he'll probably end up at least second. You know?
Definitely. Yeah, but I don't think the player who's gonna break it hasn't been drafted yet. Like apart from Trey, like in the last 2 years, I'm not like, there's the next 12 threes a game on 40% shooting guy.
Well, I mean, Steph's been like hot for 10 years now, 11 years now. So
God, that's crazy.
So that kid's 11.
That's crazy. And he just got his Linktree sponsorship. Always keep grinding.
Fucking hell.
This episode of The Deep 2 is presented by Gelateria Bico, the official gelato of The Deep 2. Gelateria Bico, handmade gelato in the heart of Brunswick.
The NBA moves so quickly these days, it's hard to keep up. Shams and Woj are breaking stories left and right, but the Quick Time Out is right there with them to keep you informed on the latest NBA news. Stop in and let us break it down as it happens. Find the Quick Time Out on the Deep 2 Podcast Network.
You want to talk WNBA? Maybe some WNBL? Australian Opals chat? Heck, even dabble in some EuroLeague? Find the W Basketball Show on the Deep 2 Podcast Network.
Hey guys, thank you so much for listening to the podcast so far. Just a quick warning that Lucas got so excited about this next question that he disconnected his microphone for maybe 90 seconds or so. So it might just sound a little bit off for the next few seconds. Okay, enjoy.
Up next, we got Netty No Clue, and the question is: was the 3-pointer invented for the white man? What a back-to-back that was.
Yeah. I feel like we already answered this one almost. No?
In essence, not.
Yeah.
But in practice, it looks like yes.
Yeah. But you know, who benefits the most from the 3-point line in some ways? Like fucking, you know, 6'10" black guys who can slash to the basket, and suddenly have less defenders in the way. True. You know, put that in your pipe and smoke it, Netty. No clue.
Who invented the 3-point line?
Was it some?
It was me.
No.
This one's from Sick Puppy 18. Oh my god. How come everyone hates me?
Jeez. It's probably your personality.
I also, like, we don't have that long.
Yeah.
In this podcast to go. Is there anything else you wanted to add to that one?
Nah, just your personality, I think. Yeah. But like, chin up.
It could be worse.
Yeah.
Puminator 3001. If Lukas had to hit a 3 to save your life, how confident would you be?
Now, this question is directed... Well, it could be directed at you because from the spelling of your name, Lucas...
Hang on, am I still recording?
Whatever.
Apologies for that, sports fans. We got quite excited there from Sick Puppy 18's question. So I'll just say Puminator's question again, just in case it wasn't picked up on the mic. Puminator 3001 asks, if Lukas had to hit a 3 to save your life, how confident would you be?
I think you'd get it done, man.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Like, you know, I know you're not, you know, I know you're probably a bit rusty these days. You know, you're not shooting the rock every week like you used to. But like, I think if my life was on the line, it would be like 45% or something, you know?
Whoa, that's incredible.
Yeah.
I got a few answers to this question.
Okay.
So, if Lukas had to hit a 3 to save your life, how confident would you be? I'm not exactly sure what the circumstances are, but what if I just don't shoot the ball? You know what I mean? I just don't shoot the ball. And then, for the fucking rest of my life, I have the power...
the power to kill me.
at any point in time.
Yeah, right.
And then I think, I don't know, in my mind, that also means that we have like a blood pact.
Yeah.
That maybe after like 20 years, if I shoot it and miss, we both die maybe.
Right.
So maybe I just like write us out to like we're 120 or something.
Okay, thanks, man.
120 years old, that is.
What if I die of natural causes?
Nah.
Oh no, it's like that. It's like that balloon TikTok. It's like, if this balloon touches the ground, we all die. And then they're like, we're invincible.
Yeah. Yeah. Or like if you had to outrun a snail for your whole life. Have you heard of that one?
Yeah.
That's a great one.
That's a really good one. Yeah. And then when you're like, it's time. You still have to wait so long.
You gotta find it.
Yeah. Then really you're chasing the snail.
Yeah, true. And what was the other thing I had? Oh, the last time I played basketball, which was after like a 3-month break. I know you're saying I'm not playing every day, which is true, and I do need to fucking get a bit of a sweat on. But I can't believe how well I played the last time I played. I don't know if I've hashed this out on the pod.
Nah.
But it was, I must have told you this, but I've had 0 times in the last 10 years where I've felt so this confident in the way I was playing. I've had times where I've been like, okay, it feels good. If I get the ball, I know I'm going to be able to make an impact, do something. I'm in a bit of a flow right now. This is maybe a month ago now. I was like, if I get the ball, I'm going to score.
Yeah.
I just know that that's going to happen. And I have some witnesses. I can call them up if you need. But even at the pub later, I got told by what would you call it? Yeah, prodigy of the show, Harry Fail. He had some complimentary words. Hours after we'd played. And I was like, I don't know what was going on. There was something was going on, and I was like, I'm just not gonna miss. I was like, I know that I've hit a 3 before. I may as well just do the thing that gets it in the basket every single time, and it worked. So if you had that, Lukas, on the line, that was if you were there a month ago, your life would be you'd be fucked with how long
I'd be here to tell the tale.
Exactly right. Well, that's beautiful.
Great question, Puminator 3001.
Yeah.
Were there any more other ones here, or should we go to the last question?
Oh, I think we got to go to the last question.
Okay. The wannabe Deuce Tatum writes even, El Jana order, question mark.
Great question. Wannabe Deuce Tatum. And... Oh, wow. Sorry, I just pulled
I've
up
actually got it open already. So.
Yeah, did you get... I got misled by the free delivery at in-store prices Monday to Wednesday. Yeah, but I think part of the experience is going to get it.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Great question, Deuce Tatum. We're going
to get it tonight.
Because of your question, we're going to get it tonight. And this one is El Jana order, so I think this isn't like definitive best order. I think this is just what we're ordering now. Which is exactly what we're ordering now.
I'm into that.
So what are you feeling, man?
I'm feeling a burger.
Oh, man.
You
Great order. I'm actually not feeling a burger.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I'm thinking the charcoal chicken.
Yeah, okay.
I'm thinking... Actually, let's peel it all back.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, Deuce Tatum wannabe, but the chips and the garlic sauce.
Yeah.
Obviously, we're getting those. That has to be number one on the order. You're thinking a burger. Which burger?
I'm thinking of doing the old crispy chicken burger with the spicy sauce.
Yeah.
And a leg of a chicken, I reckon.
Okay. So this is what I was thinking. I was thinking either 2 legs of chicken.
Yeah.
Chips. Pickles.
Yeah, pickles. I'm into pickles.
Again, sorry, official Deuce Tatum or whatever you think it is. Pickles. I think it goes in this order: chips, garlic sauce, pickles, and then main.
Yeah,
I think that's the order I always filter out my El Jana order in.
Yeah.
So I'd say we're going for the staples. I wouldn't get a shawarma. I wouldn't get a roll.
No,
I don't think.
I get the fried chicken on occasion. But like. The servings of the fried chicken are absurd. You need to have someone in for the ride with you. Yeah. Or like be, ordering for a large group. Yeah. I wouldn't get it as the only thing I got. Yeah. I wouldn't get chips, garlic sauce, pickles, and fried chicken.
I feel like also with the fried chicken, you're never like, this is the amount I want. It's never like it's too much or it's too little or maybe the value for it. It's like, what the hell, mate? I want one. Why can't I get one piece of fried chicken or one tender?
I want one fucking fried chicken wing drumstick thing.
This is it at every company ever. It won't change what else I order. I will just get it tender as well. There's no way this isn't gonna make you money.
Yeah. All right, so you're going 2 legs.
I don't know, man. Now I don't know. Now that we've started talking about it
on air,
so I'm gonna get that leg definitely. Yeah, leg definitely. Maybe I'll get a burger actually. I don't know what the burgers are these days. I haven't been for a very long time.
Yeah, me neither. I think it's the same.
They haven't added any new burgers.
I feel like the menu must have been the same there for like years. For like 10 years maybe.
Did you get crispy chicken?
I was going to get crispy chicken, yeah.
Have you ever gotten grilled chicken?
Yeah, it's good. You've had grilled chicken for sure.
I don't think I have.
Really? It's good.
Yeah. All right, well, maybe we should finish this order after air.
After air? Okay,
yeah,
sure.
Because I actually can't think too good right now. But I think that might have answered your question there, official Deuce Tatum.
Yeah. We went through, summarize, chips, garlic sauce, pickles, your choice of burger or grilled chicken, I would say.
Yeah, perfect.
Well, thanks for listening, guys. That was God. That was. Oh, and there was one more question from 6363629, and it's ask my ass.
Yeah. 6363629. And what does that mean exactly?
6363629.
Oh fuck, we did it in reverse.
What?
Oh, I fucking was talking to this guy on the weekend, and I said we've got a pod coming up this week, and we were doing a mailbag question, and I said, do you have a number that I can text you? And then you can text me as well back. And he said, yeah, sure, I've got a number. Free sex tonight. And it had been after a few beers, and I've realised that what he had said is that his number is 6363629. And he said, ask my ass. So I think he might have been asking me on a date. Thanks, bro.
Perfect delivery. All right, well, I'll speak to you next time.
See you, bro.